Abusia for trans GH so ni mede de nana be fi ya obeka mu ni se trans GH de be share be gina ya na ze the news ne yeden ebrem because yam pese news ba kokra be yeden e be hire ya hwefo ai mede de nana be fi ya obeka I trans GH me ka obi me se won subscribe ya make sure say be subscribe ya mame won subscribe mame you like video ni share ne ma won ya bi so nyeden enya bi enhwe an wo subscribe your notification button no fat all video bia me de bebia no na ho so wanya bi no ayen no ahwe an ene no de ti amba bo nchere de ni kakakra an ni ka because in set 31st e ba be true ya wo December Christmas e ba so the 31st sudra all night omamu ha say so de Christopher Lord so pa nti no all night ne de bia na hwese omaje abos na de ba kwa yesterday pan say do 31st night aso for mo my prophets na hodo na be hye nkom 2022 be say we be wu we sabete nzen bebrebe just om no mo commission de angle bi omutimi edi faba an enu mu na metwu adwen kwa chiri kakra be ka Jesus ahofe ne shatawari nyansensem bi ne nyina fa nkomhye bi a Jesus ahofe ekohye ho eno nam so ma asem no kra wo court be si na omo enkanwie na IGP ene police adwumakon ba bonten edbeto abonten se sofu bia be hye nkom bia no for evidence bra so uni evidence a pa chaw enkwasa okohye nkom so uni asem no hwe me ka se honhom wi ase ti aga na ye ni honhom ya so wa mesrempa entiaram so me ja transit de ye hwe the 31st night as of one be so me ye honhom wi ase obi bewu ayeti na no mu na ye de twen as 31st night be dru na ja ya te say eagle prophet an unum so fia ai odene nkom shaba just when we twen 31st night kwan wa dodo opening time an sha na obi aka ne de enti odi ka hwie fa agu hono ma menuanum na say nye is a crowd yensem re no before say be kwa asem no so nya anti eagle prophet nkomhye na yenkoni nkoti asem a eagle prophet e ka fa 2022 on emra
2022 there will be so much poisoning. Everybody put it down. 2022 there will be so much poisoning. A lot of people will be poisoned. People on higher status, people on higher levels will be poisoned. And it's going to cut across everywhere. It's going to cut across everywhere. Both political, both social, and both religious. Hello, my eyes. Everybody, take this. There's going to be mass poisoning. Put it down. 2022, there's going to be mass poisoning. And this mass poisoning that I am seeing is going to cut across everywhere. Political poisoning, religious poisoning, social poisoning. And this thing is going to be so serious and so powerful that I saw. Number two, I will go into details, but number two, I saw the arrest of men of God. I saw the arrest of men of God. And these arrests that I saw in the realms of the spirit is going to be international arrest. It's not like this Ghana arrest that was happening, they arrested some men of God in the nation. No. There's going to be an international arrest that I saw on men of God. There is going to be an international arrest on men of God. And some men of God will be assassinated. Some men of God will be assassinated. Men of God that have been blessed, that have voice, because they will serve as a threat to government. They will serve as a threat to some kingdoms. And for that reason, these men of God are going to be assassinated and they are going to be killed. And most of them are going to be served with letters that will bring them before the court. And most of them will be silenced by the court, by order. Now, what I saw was very pathetic. I wept and groaned within my spirit. And God said, come together as one and pray as my people. There's going to be a lot of churches that is going to be pulled down. There will be order from governments across the borders of the world. There will be order from governments across the borders of the world. And this thing that I saw prophetically is going to be very, very serious. It's going to be very, very, very serious. And it was clear by the prophetic that the Spirit of God opened my eyes to see. And you see, there are some men of God that have loud voices that are blessed by God to move the atmosphere. They will be the target of the enemy. And that is the plan in the realms of the spirit that have been set down. And these things are going to be serious to the point that I don't want to mention names. I don't want to mention names. But since I am well connected to so many, I'm going to call them, including myself as well. We are all threats to these people because of the prophetic that God has given to us. And this thing that I am seeing in the realms is going to take a swift impact all over the world. It's going to take a swift impact all over the world. And spiritually, I saw a mighty man in America with a mighty woman. I saw a mighty man and a mighty woman in America. I saw a mighty man and a mighty woman in America. And this personality that I saw in the realms of the spirit, the first woman that I saw is very close to the government of the Americans, of the past president. And in the spiritual world, God opened my eyes and I saw a strong apostolic invasion that took over on the life of that woman. And prophetically, I saw her in a private jet, and it was not a good news. But God spoke to me emphatically and said, though it will happen, but she will not die. Though it will happen, but she will not die. Now, as a prophet of God, whom God have opened my eyes to see, and I declare what is declarable. I saw people running from houses to houses. I saw people running from houses to houses, and they were begging for food. They were begging for food. I saw people running from houses to houses, and they were begging for food. The days set ahead of us. This generation, most of us are so blind that we don't see what is coming. We easily attack the prophetic. We easily attack the prophets whenever we speak the mind of God. And seriously speaking, I want everybody to guide yourself. Guard yourself as well. Put your whole armor of God and fix your mind perfectly, purposely on God. Because in other countries, they are going to be stopped from worshiping God. In other countries, they are going to be stopped from worshiping God. And a lot of churches are going to be closed down. I don't want to mention any country. I don't want to say anything. But to be honest with you, as I am seeing, watch this. There is going to be an enforcement that is going to take place. There's going to be an enforcement that is going to take place. And this enforcement is going to be a military. Whether you succumb or not, there's going to be a strong enforcement. And this enforcement that I saw, as the Spirit of God opened my eyes to see, was something else. And seriously, let every man of God in Ghana 31st bring a lot of security around you. Now listen, all the men of God, please, on the 31st, on this 31st, make sure that your security is very tight. Make sure that your security is very strong. All the men of God, please listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Every man of God should make sure that your security is very tight. I know what I am saying as a prophet of God. Not only in Ghana as I am seeing, but across the borders of Ghana. Every man of God should make sure there is so much security in your church in this 31st. Everybody open your eyes. Everybody, please open your eyes. Everybody, please open your eyes. Everybody, this 31st, every man of God. I am in Ghana, that is why I'm saying this. But across the borders of the world, please make sure you intensify your protection. Increase the number of your bodyguards. Let your security be stronger and very powerful. Don't take things for granted. Don't take it as a joke, please. 2022, everybody pray for your children. You lay your hands on your children, you pray over them. You lay your hands on your children, you pray over them. You lay your hands on your children, you pray over them. I see a lot of protest across the world about our children. I saw this serious protest in the world, and this protest would deal with protect our children, keep our children, because the target is focused March 2022 on children. Please write the name of your children. Pray over them every now and then. Put it under your pillow when they are going to school, when they come from school. Please pray for them. Please pray for your children. Please pray for your children. Don't leave your children anyhow. Don't leave your children anyhow, because 2022 there's going to be a lot of mass protests. Bank houses are going to be burned down. A lot of big houses are going to be burned down. And gunshots will be heard from places to places. Gunshot will be heard from places to places. That will cause men to run from one house to the other. Countries will climb countries. Countries will take over countries.
Abusiafo Kalkum yɛgye no kwakwa no mu Igi Prophet ɛna na ɔtɔtɔ bi mane Ghana mpanyinfoɔ no rote nsɛm no nyinaa kyɛ sɛ papa no ɔkasa yie paa wotumi sɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ kyɛ sɛ afei poison bi bɛkɔ so ɛwɔ dwumadie bi ahyɛ kyɛ sɛ ɛbɛ poison mpanyinfoɔ bi no mu sɛ deɛ wawotie ɛwɔ wɔnum na ɛsɛ yɛnim sɛ bɛfa aduane mu nsuo mu ɛnde yɛntumi yɛ dɛ ɛnkyerɛ ɛma bɔbɔ kyerɛ sɛ dwumadie bi bɛkɔ so a kyɛ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ mass poison yɛkasa mass poison kyɛ sɛ nipa bebree atwa ahyia na obi akɔ poison bi a nsuo anaasɛ aduane yɛ bɛkyɛ wɔ aseɛ ama ɛbɛ affect nipa bebree na kyerɛ sɛ o kyɛ sɛ nneɛma bi sisi wɔ ɔman mu 2022 deɛ neɛ waa wote na no mu ɛna agya nana bɛɛfi abɛkema bɛgyina mebisa mahwɛfo sɛ ɛsi Igi Prophet asɛm a ɔbɛka yɛ paa nti ɔwɔ evidence deɛ moyɛ sure sɛ Dampare frɛ Igi Prophet a ɔbɛnya evidence deɛ apa ne na agya mebisa o because asɛm a ɔmode ba abɔnten sɛ wobɛhyɛ nkɔm na yɛhwɛ na ɛfa nipa bi ho no nneɛma ne ma wɔsɛ ɔde evidence ba ebi asɔre dɛm koraa bɛka kyerɛ obi sɛ no maame yɛ bɛnfa wɔsɛ ɔde evidence ba for evidence ɛnyɛ honhom mu evidence o physical evidence ɛkyɛ sɛ nipa korɔ no maame yɛ bɛnfa wɔanya bi ɛnka na Igi Prophet so do abɛka asɛm kakraka yɛhwɛ sɛ police adwumakuo no anaasɛ Dampare de nim Dampare dada so ɔbɛkyere nsa de afrɛ Igi Prophet wɔ nsɛm ɔka ɛfa 2022 ne ho a yɛhwɛ deɛ ɛbɛkɔ akɔsi transgh di akyire deɛ ɛbɛkɔ bia na ɛde bɛbrɛ no ɛno yɛne mu bɛbisa sɛ asɛm a Igi Prophet kan ɛwɔ awohwɛ a 2022 ɛbɛtumi abɔ mu ana afei so ɔwɔ evidence afa do ɔkan no because sie am no kasa deɛ Ghana mmara no ɛkasa tia saa nneɛma no nti na meka sɛ sɛ wɔn subscribe a make sure sɛ ɔbɛ mame share like video no so kyerɛ wadwen ɛwɔ comment section mede ndi nana baafi ya bɛka ha ɛyɛ Trends GH.